I have always been an adventurer. Remaining in one place for too long would eventually lead to a sporadic decision to get in my car or jump on my motorbike and just go. Where I went, it didn't usually matter. So long as I was discovering new places, heading into the remote unknown, that was where I needed to be. In the past year, I have chased my dreams of film production and combined it with my love for motorcycles, which has led to adventures all over the far north region of Queensland and expanded my love for our beautiful country. However, I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss home. It's been 10 years since I left my hometown, and I've been counting down the days to my return since the day I left. I will always chase the unknown, the point where communication with the world is almost shut off and there is no one around. But the truth is, my heart will always be where my roots are. Well, the time has come. Finally, I've moved back to the region, and the first thing on my agenda is to get on the bike, pack some gear, and head home. This episode on Ironbark MX is called Homecoming.
What's going on, you lunatics? We're back. Finally, we're in New South Wales. We're in God's country. That might be sacrilege to my North Queensland viewers. But, sorry fellas, I'm New South Wales born and bred and I'm fucking keen to be back. We are just sort of leaving Cobargo on the South East Coast, heading into Wadbilliga National Park. We're going to head up through the park to Bendethera and then down into the Badja State Forest and then back to Numeralla where I grew up riding bikes. So it's a bit of a trip home from the coast here and I'm fucking pumped. So let's get into it.
Our trip begins just west of the Cobargo township, in the heart of the Bega Valley Shire, which is known for its luscious green rolling hills and picturesque farmland. We're heading into the mountainous Wadbilliga National Park, which is equally as amazing, but 10 times as fun when it comes to riding motorcycles.
In the half decent tracks. Oh, that's Brass Knocker Fire Trail. this is the main road. Some of these offshoot tracks I chose could end up putting me in a bit of drama with all the weight I've got on, but oh, and my tyre pressures are a bit high. It's alright. We're all about a bit of ascent here. Nothing scares me off. This is awesome. This stuff's my backyard now. Like, no offense to me Queensland watchers, but this sort of shit is so few and far between up there. Well, North Queensland anyway, where I was. The government either doesn't let you in, or doesn't have trails up there, or defence owns it all. It's a bit of a joke really, and I wasn't into fishing, so it wasn't much for me in North Queensland. We're running along this gorgeous creek that's running through the valley here. It's pretty specky where we are. Four-wheel drive only past this point, that's what we want to hear. That sounds like good stuff. Right, yo. So as with planning anything on Google Maps and then transferring it over to the Garmin, and then also facing the reality that most fucking tracks you find on Google and the Garmin end up being private property or some shit. Say the track I was going to take is private property up to Bendethera caves and whatever. I could go all the way back to where I saw that brass knocker fire trail and head up that, but I don't want to go back. So what we're going to do is we're going to head the quick way to Numeralla. I'll stay at the farm there, and then on the way home I might do 2 nights. I'll do another night. I'll do another night up at Bendethera, and then on Sunday I'll ride home. So that's alright. We certainly haven't lost the trip. Look at where we are. It's all about the adventure of not knowing where the fuck you're gonna go. Doing too many jumps, I'll break the bloody subframe off the KTM, all the weight that's on it. We do not want that happening. Jeez, it's spectacular here.
Something about getting on my bike and heading off on an adventure completely clears my mind of the stresses of day-to-day life. I like to think that when your body is too focused on what is immediately necessary for survival, there is no time for anxiety and stress. There's no time to worry about work when you're strapped to a 60 horsepower machine, propelling yourself at speed through the bush, hundreds of kilometres from the nearest person. There's no need for money when everything you need to survive is in the luggage on your back. For me, there's no feeling of being alive like being on a motorcycle, where your mind and body, all your survival instincts are all firing in synchronous harmony to keep you on track. With these feelings, and being in the mountainous regions that I grew up in, I felt completely alive and happy, lifting my front wheel at every chance and listening to the roar of the KTMs throughout the valley. This is me. This is my home. Really get any better than the mountains.
size and the just sheer magnificence of mountains will never ever cease to amaze me. Tracks all through and I really want to divert off and go for an explore, but that's what tomorrow's for now, I guess. Make sure I have a nice full tank of fuel and we'll be ready to party. Considering laying down in it for a bit of a cool down or refresh. Not this one, another one. Beautiful land, I'm very envious farmers that graze this land. Which way am I going? This way. Another one.
I was so close to Numeralla I could kick a rock and hit my old house. Then my symbolic return to home was done. It meant a lot to return to my old stomping grounds on the Cato, which so far had taken me pretty far, and with any luck, many more places to come. But even more important was to be back where I grew up, surrounded by family, in a playground of bushland and tracks, a place where I could live with my wife and kids, and give them the fortunate life that I once grew up with. tracks that go somewhere up in here, yeah, just here. They bulldozed a heap of shit in
the way, so you can't, well, motorbike can still easily get in there, but I used to sneak in there on my Honda CRF 150F, the farm bike, when I was about 13 or 14, and went riding up into the mountains in there. That used to be the go-to big ride around here if the farm wasn't enough for me. And this is the town, the one-horse town of Numeralla. Numeralla now. I dipped into the farm yesterday to do some chores I needed to do there, and then I went to my grandparents' place and I drank a plethora of beers and red wine. Now I'm hungover and ready for a day of riding. Doesn't get any better. That's where we came from yesterday. Today we're heading further north. It's really beautiful, cool weather today. Fucking fingers crossed it does not rain. Very rainy. I give a fuck where they don't want us. This is like a short track that leads fucking virtually straight to where we're going. Why is it locked? Why is there no vehicle access? They just don't want you to fucking live. Stay at home, fucking watch TV. Fuck them, I say.
Tracks leading in and out of the Bendethera camping area are relatively steep but extremely well kept, leading to easy driving and riding for experienced players. There are amazingly scenic views from the tops of mountains to the gorgeous valleys within. All this leads to great riding and the perfect stay for a camp overnight. A key difference since I was last here is the devastation still seen from the Black Summer bushfires of 2019. The Badja State Forest Fire, where we are now, was notoriously the worst fire of that summer, due to spreading 35 kilometres in one night and claiming 6 lives out of the 7 lost due to the fire. Altogether, the fire claimed 7 lives, over 2,000 structures, and burned 628,000 hectares of land. So what happened yesterday is I come out of Cobargo, got to Wadbilliga, and I thought there was a track from around here up to these tracks, but I would have had to go all the way back and then up here, and I didn't want to do that, so I went home. We've come up here. I think I went through a track here to Bendethera, and then we'll take that out tomorrow. Still looks like a fair ride home tomorrow. Hope this isn't too deep. Ooh, she was fairly deep. No one here. Might have to close to myself. Stick to the rapids this time. Ooh,
They were slimy.
Entering into the former Bendethera homestead is like something out of a picture book. For myself, it's up there with the pinnacle of camping within Australia, boasting the beautiful Deua River, flat green fields, and gorgeous vegetation and wildlife. As well as that, you are able to admire the historic structures of pioneering Australian families that ran the homestead.
It's only early, but I reckon it's pretty good because I reckon the weather's coming in. I reckon there's rain coming. I can hear thunder. We could get lucky and it could miss us, but I don't know. So I'll get camp set up and get a fire going and have some food and go for a swim. Take a load off because I am rat-assed. Now just where this baby's going. Oh yeah, the utility vehicle cut in. That was nearly bad. right situation, rain. I've got the hot plate sort of covering up the fire, and to make sure that the hot plate stays hot so I can cook on it. We're just chilling. I don't have anything to eat on. I really didn't pack much this trip. So I think I'll just eat it while it's cooking. This is limbo. Still mooing, baby, just how we like it. Fucking good steak. A bit of grass on there, a bit extra protein. Fuck, I love life.
We are all guilty of taking more than we've needed on an adventure, a holiday, whatever it may have been. For me, there's nothing like the simplicity of life when you have the absolute bare essentials to get you through. Sure, I like a cold beer, a comfy bed and the smell of a pretty woman. But can you really appreciate the finer things in life if you never put yourself through some level of discomfort? Some people run marathons, some lift weights. For me, I throw myself and a few things on the back of a dirt bike and ride myself into unknown territory. I don't check the weather or look at the conditions of the tracks. I take things as they come and enjoy the challenge as it's thrown at me. When I'm old and grey, I won't remember the trip I took to Sydney or the fancy hotel I stayed in one time. I'll remember sitting in the pouring rain in Bendethera, eating plain steak, sipping red wine as the sun goes down and the country music plays through. I awoke to the beautiful sound this morning of a buck kangaroo grunting. Fucking scared the shit out of me, to be honest. I thought there was a bloke outside. Oi, oi, oi. Even with all the rain last night, it didn't put the depth of Bendethera River up a bit, because she was pretty fucking deep coming through yesterday. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Not hungover anymore, that feels great. Had a fucking wicked sleep. Shout out to those big blue $7.50 air mattresses from Big W. Out with the like $300 fucking ultralight air mattress I have, and then with the $7.50 one.
Here we go then. Shall stick to the right. All good. Half looks deep, to be honest. I'm gonna get wet boots for this. Ooh. Deep bit right at the start. That's pretty deep too. Fucking hell. If I come to the right here, it's not as deep. Come in and take a right straight away. I don't think it's too deep anyway, but fucking the airboxes sit so low on the 500. That easily rivals Cape York for depth. At one point there, I didn't think she was coming out.
With the challenge of the Deua River done, I didn't know it, but the roads were graded and smooth all the way back to the beautiful village of Nerrigunda. The return to the Princess Highway on the coast of New South Wales had completed my trek home, and the symbolic introduction to my new life was done. For me, this marks an entirely new chapter for myself and my family. But most importantly, for you, the viewers, this marks the next chapter on Ironbark MX.